How's everybody doing? Hope we had a good end of the month, rolling into the end of March here. We had our final trading day of the month, Thursday. Took two trades today. Want to go over them with a trade recap. Kind of go over a simple A plus turtle soup entry checklist. Not, specifically a PDA, model checklist, but, just the overall idea, high time frame, and, just pretty much market profile, and just in general, what you want to look out for when you're looking to trade the turtle soup. Okay. Some of this is copy and paste, but you need to hear it and see it 1,000 times to be able to confidently, do it. And then lead into psychology, confidently be able to do it and put money on the line. Especially getting to the point where I want to be, putting a lot of money on the line. Way more than just a couple $1,000s, even, looking to make 10 or 20,000. Like, I'm looking way, way bigger picture. And I mean, if you're in the market, that's what you should be doing. But obviously high time frame key level. All right, we're going to be looking at our time, and there's a lot of things that go into time, right? You can be talking about quarterly theory, your macros. All right, first 10 and last 10 minutes of each hour. Okay. Also with time, you can be looking at an accumulation manipulation period, accumulation manipulation distribution period, higher time frame power of three, lower time frame power of three. Okay. All right, we're always looking at the institutional order flow when we're turtle souping. I mean, and even just looking at the market in general. Okay, you see a swing low taken, right? We start to reverse. You see a swing high taken, we start to reverse. All right, there's simple reasoning behind, why we'll reverse at a certain high, why we won't. Okay, and today was really terrible about that. Full seek and destroy profile. Take a high, sweep, low, sweep, high, sweep. I mean, we made so many consolidation ranges today. It was ridiculous. With how volatile the market's been. I don't know if we've seen a full day like that in a minute, but with how I trade, luckily the full volatility of the market was in the morning. Sometimes it can wait till PM. Um, and sometimes you just can't get around that, right? You're going to trade the morning, and your move's going to happen in the PM, right? You just want to position yourself best you can, and also place your risk and risk management the best you can. And combine these, and that's just how you trade well. All right. Always looking at, if there's a market maker profile, market maker sell model, market maker buy model. All right. Looking at the daily and the weekly profile. And really the biggest part, especially where I'm at now, is just psychology. All right. You can know how to do it a million times over. And even you'll see today, made one or two simple mistakes I kind of sit and think about, and write down in the journal and really think about. And those small things, are what's going to make, everything come together and, form a glue and a bond that's, going to be really hard to beat within the market. All right, we're going to get done with the notes, go into the charts, show the trades, and yeah, and be done. And then this is down here just showing the pre-market long. Went ahead and posted it in the Discord. I'm not the best like analyst. I don't send all my stuff on time, and I just started doing it. Want to get a little bit better at it, hold myself more accountable. Obviously. But with the second trade, everybody and their mother was in the in the Discord and in my friend's Discord. I mean, everybody and their mother was in the open Judas trade. So that's good to see, right? People are putting the time in. It has nothing to do with me, nothing to do with him, nothing to do with a lot of people, right? A lot of the information's out there. It's in front of you, right? Sometimes you might need help one-on-one to see certain things, understand certain terms, and just get an understanding overall and see it, right? But you're only ever going to find success seeing it within your own eyes and on your own charts, right? And, these people put the time in, put the effort in, and see it in their own charts. And it's just awesome to see for real. So we're going to go ahead and get in the charts. All right, so here's the first trade. All right after open, you can see I went break even from pre-market long. I'll show you where the other intros and two cons, one there. And I'll enter on the 15-second, as we're getting into our high time frame key level. Making sure we leave a good fair value gap coming into our zone quickly, and into our zone precisely as well. You want to deliver pretty quickly and precisely, right? You see we leave one fair value gap, leave two. Didn't expect us to leave a smaller third one, but we overall didn't break the low of where I was willing to accept the risk for these first two cons. We started to wake back up. I got in another con. Should have waited for more confirmation, and that's where I say I wasn't too happy. The first part with that I definitely should have waited. And then you can see this 15-second order block entry would have been perfect. You know, just take this con, put it here. Still in 5 cons would have been great. But worked out well. And you know, as well as the original stop for these cons didn't get ran. Obviously, I would have got stopped out, but yeah. So after we form this Judas, you can kind of see a small market maker model, right? Accumulation, accumulation, right into your smart money reversal, right? Breaker, right? Return to the order block. Keep going higher. All right. Lots of critiques I would like to make. Obviously, we didn't hit the final DOL. Pulled stop a little bit too, not too soon. Well, too soon, but pulled it a little too high as well. All right. Kind of almost disgusted with myself about that one. I don't do that too much, but with ES taking all-time highs around that time, and how low we were on NQ, wasn't particularly feeling it. And then you know, if you look at the entire rest of the day, I mean, it wasn't a bad idea. I mean, we just, good Lord, it was an awful day. And here's the pre-market long, you know, into news, right? News volatility right at 7:30 or 8:30, however you're looking at it. You know, I wake up an hour early, so it's always 7:30 to me. Right, and then we take out the higher DOL. You can see I sold at the top there. Right, and you can see why I sold at the top there for the first DOL. Right, 2 5-minute equal highs below. Right, we're stuck within this range. Right, stuck within the range. Soup the range high, low. Right, respond from the 1-hour order block. Accumulate, small time, manipulation, accumulation, manipulation, distribution into a retracement, right, into the DOL, right. I don't know where I moved that from. All right, whatever. Go into the 1 minute here. Created a VI after a swing low, responding to the BPR, coming right into this wick of what you can call an order block. Whatever you want to call it, right? All right. So we started responding bullishly. I went ahead and got in this VI. Stop below the low. Perfect. Right. Okay, so you can also see on the 5-minute, you have your range. If you use quarterly theory, right, you can see your first cycle A, second cycle M, then D, into a double manipulation cycle, right? You know, with the manipulation up, you know, engineering liquidity, right? Then we manipulate down, sweep into the 4-hour order block, then continue higher. Okay. Go ahead and take this off of here. You can also see within this first long here, what I could also see was a small market maker model, right? You can have market maker models on the 1 minute, right? You don't always have to, you know, time a 4-hour PDA with a 15-minute market maker model. You know, it's somewhat of a screen time thing, but you know, seeing, you know, like this, right? You have your accumulation into reversal, accumulation, right? You have a breaker, and then you think, oh, we're responding, you know, bearishly now, but accumulation, manipulation into your distribution, right? All right, so we can see our daily and weekly profile here as well, coming into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously, Monday we had a pretty big candle, right, coming in, retracing down into the fair value gap and past the close of the green daily candle, right? So then Tuesday we come up, create some low resistance liquidity after sweeping, you know, the Monday candle, right? Higher time frame, lower resistance, low time frame, you know, rate on liquidity. Then we reach lower. Coming into Wednesday, we have what I seem to be the low. Well, obviously it's low of the week. No trading Friday, but you know, our low before we reverse. Come up here, take more liquidity. SMT and what I see the finally reverse. Obviously, I'm not gonna try and predict a top with how often you know, the long setups are working. I'm just gonna react and go based off what I see. Um, and yeah, but going down into the lower time frame, coming to our 4 hour, no super obvious market maker models. Right, coming to the 15 minute, even the 1 hour, right? Having the idea of Wednesday being the low, right? Accumulation, longer range, right? But still an accumulation, right? Accumulation, accumulation as well. And see, the accumulation I would have marked would have been up to here before, you know, what I was seeing here, right? So I wanted to see us kind of accelerate and take higher, which we didn't end up doing, but you know, I was still able to eat here, right? But that's why I was seeing higher, right? You know, sweep our you know, low time frame bearish, fake market structure shift into the order block, we take long, right? Also in there, you have your AMD power at 3, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, okay? And then we'll go specifically into the long at open and what everybody was seeing and why we were all so confident in going long, okay? Oops. So right before open, I had got long right here, right? We had SMT and taken the low, but we had barely swept the low, right? So this is pretty much just engineering liquidity, right? We didn't really take the low with aggression or vigor, but yet I still longed, right? Not the perfect setup, but you know, with risk management and just keeping everything in mind, right? I allow myself to take those, just because I know with my RR and win rate, I'm gonna easily be able to make that back. I didn't end up taking off a con. I should have took one off in this fair value gap, right? Um, and then went break even, just with open coming in. But with open coming up, we still closed within the range within our news candle, right? So we, you know, still show no vigor to really go any direction, right? We have, you know, engineered liquidity below. So market comes to seek that out as well as the low resistance into the untapped 4 hour order block, right? I was seeing for us to go higher, and maybe take out the news high, right? And maybe leave some of this for later because we were already responding from sweeping all the overnight liquidity, um, right? And so I thought maybe order flow would just continue us higher. Didn't end up getting that, right? So get stopped at break even. All right, after getting stopped, I don't, you know, just re-enter like crazy, and I'm not just re-entering on a loss, right? Because all of my rules are followed. The soup is still valid, right? I'm just getting out from my original long at break even and just looking for a better position to re-enter myself in. You know, because we're, you know, having market structure shifts doesn't mean we're going to continue going lower, right? We fade the low time market structure shifts, right? So all of this I see is fake, right? Now I just need a time to get in, okay? Oop, went a little too ahead, right? So I get in pretty soon, right? Because we wicked, came back up on the 1 minute, and I definitely didn't get in all the way up here. Can't see, it was on this 15-minute candle. So right, you know, I get in almost at the low, but not at the low, because I can't remember. No, NQ is the one that took the low, right? I think I just got in thinking we took the low because I didn't have it marked out completely. Um, and I didn't have YM up. But anyway, we continue, tap into the order block. Now I'm in off the order block again, right? And then that's where I got in there, and then a third con after I dig deeper under my first position, into where I really wanted one con. I think I was just being greedy. I can't go straight back into my head and see exactly what I was thinking, right? But I should have waited for just a little more confirmation. Hindsight. And hindsight, even though it did work out, I would still like myself to, get in one or two cons, right, where I want to be in, and then, don't feel bad waiting three cons just on this order block entry. And I know you don't always get the order block entry because you can get a breakaway gap. Um, right, but it, just each trade's different, independent to its own, excuse me. So after this, right, we see our low time frame market maker model, right? See our first full breaker, right? Accumulation, manipulation into our distribution, all the way through with our news high resting above, and it's not a super right, we still closed within our range here. So it's not a super high resistance high, even though it did sweep a liquidity level, right? It didn't aggressively, sweep and then displace back down, right? Such how as this low did, right? And then we did come take this lower later in the day, but right, we barely swept this low. If I stayed on the chart all day and just bought every single low that we had under, you know, the each preceding low, you can just win like that. But that's obviously not how I trade, not what I'm looking for. On a seek and destroy day, I'm out of the market. One or two trades like this, and then I'm done. That's usually how every day is, because there's no point in just sitting there trading and trading and trading, right? And then you just see, we make breaker, order block, just going up and down, breaker, order block, right? I got one out at this green order block here. So first one con was out at a 5 to 1, right? And then I got out one or two within here, and then held the rest. To about right here. And then we get to the 15 second, and we got super close to the news high. And then my psychology failed me a little bit, right? Get a little mentally weak, pull stop, break even under this candle, right? Disgusting, I know. And I should be doing better than that, right? But gotta hold yourself accountable, and call yourself out when you're doing something that you don't like, because that's the only way that you're gonna fix it, right? And then pretty sure I went another con break even, right? And obviously we're just coming back to touch into the order block. Should have kept my original, break even, or original stop right there. And oh no, that's when this is where my second con got out. Excuse me, right here, because I went break even here. Let me look at the screenshot and just double check so I don't look dumb. Yeah, so my other con got out break even here, and that just absolutely disgusts me, right? Because this is a turtle soup entry into the order block, and it's only two cons for 67 ticks, but right? If I'm following my rules, break even or stops there, right? And we continue to go ahead and take the DOL, right? Okay, and then coming into 10, just something for the notes, right? We come into 10. Sweep this candle low, right? And we continue higher. This is the 10 a.m. candle, right? And normally, if we're going to want to go higher, we're going to want to see a little manipulation down from the 4-hour candle, right? With an open, low, high, close, right? We see this 4-hour candle go up, aggressively quick. Also an SMT at the highs, right? I didn't take this one, but after reviewing the tape, it wasn't the worst ever, and I would have liked to stay on the chart, because as soon as my trade got here done, I was finished. But I wish I would have stayed, a couple more minutes longer to see exactly what I would have done here, right? Equal highs, right? As you can see, with that low time or almost a lower time frame market maker model, right? Accumulation, reversal, PD array, right? Equal highs, accumulation, and then we go and take it, right? Form a rejection candle, right? Reject after sweeping the high, come back, and this was actually the entry short. And to me, it's not the best turtle soup, right? Because order flow and what my bias was telling me was long for today, which was Thursday. So taking something like this, you're almost having to predict that we're gonna want to retrace. But like I said, with the 4-hour open, high, low close, there could be something that I wasn't particularly seeing, and then as well with the higher time frame SMT. And that's why it's just a little weird trading all-time highs. Being not a not new trader, but within the past year or two, I haven't ever traded at all-time highs. So want to be careful and be able to protect myself and not make dumb decisions. But kept an eye on this and wanted to show it to y'all as well. And as you can see, create a breaker and continue lower, right? So that's going to be everything for the video. Going to go over the notes one more time and let y'all be. Right. Okay. Simple A+ turtle soup entry checklist, right? You got your high time frame key level, you got your time of day, as well as your quarterly theory if you like to use that with your cycles, okay? With your higher time frame, lower time frame, 5-minute, 15-minute, power of 3, all right? AMD as well, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not saying and, okay? Looking out for which way that your institutional floor, good lord, institutional order flow is following, and for bullish, bearish, what the market profile is showing you, right? As well as your daily and weekly profile. Try to follow, along according with that. Fade the low time, fade the low time retrace into the high time frame order flow, right? And went over a couple of psychology points that I need to better myself in. And that maybe you can just maybe better yourself from just hearing me say what I need to do, seeing the trade and basing something off of that, right? All right, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Pretty quick one compared to the other ones, but just wanted to go over just a simple checklist as well as the trades that pretty much everybody and their mother took today. All right, y'all have a great one.